What's up, guys? Hockey TikToky's back with an all-new video. In today's episode of the podcast, we're talking a little bit Calgary Flames hockey and just kind of a little summary of what's been happening for the last couple of weeks in the NHL. So, unfortunately, earlier tonight, Calgary was handed their second straight loss of the season. And I guess it's safe to say that the Flames are coming back down to earth now after that sizzling hot, scintillating start to the season where, you know, they actually went 5-0-1 to begin this campaign, but are no longer one of the hottest teams in hockey. You know, the Winnipeg Jets are the hottest team in hockey. You know, they are undefeated on the season. I believe they're 8-0 now. Not a single loss to their record, overtime or otherwise, and are atop the NHL standings. President's Trophy favorites as of this early part of the season. We're only about 1/10 the way through of the regular season, but so far in this first 10% of the season, the Jets are juggernauts, to say the least. And the Calgary Flames, they were kind of expected to be, you know, not that great, and they surprised a lot of people with those first few victories. But I believe that the team and their play is kind of coming back down to earth a little bit. I watched most of the game tonight, and I noticed the biggest problem seemed to kind of be Calgary's propension for getting into penalty trouble. You know, I think there was several different times in the third period with the game on the line where the Flames took penalties. In fact, even sometimes there was multiple penalties. Winnipeg had a chance to do 5-on-3. And you just can't do that, guys. If you want to win the game, you can't take that many penalties. It's not going to happen if you take that many penalties. So that was the main issue for me in terms of the play tonight. Some good news on the Flames front is that Yegor Sharangovich, who was the Flames' top goal scorer last season, is returning to play. He played tonight, and I believe he scored his first of the season since he hasn't actually played a single game so far this year. It was his first game of the season for him, but that's really good news because despite not having Sharangovich for those first 7 games of the season, the Flames had a really nice record coming into tonight's matchup with I think it was 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss. Now they're up to 5-2-1. So that's the good news, is that Sharangovich is back. The bad news is that, yeah, they're on a losing streak now. They're on their first official losing streak of the season. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. You know, they played a nice tight game against Carolina the other night, but ended up letting the game kind of slip away from them just with one really bad stretch in the second period where Carolina kind of took control, and then they fought back. But I think this is just part of the growing pains that Calgary is going to experience as they basically are trying to rebuild the team. You know, I heard a lot of people talking about the potential to add more players to the current lineup to kind of expedite or speed up the process. And a lot of people are kind of saying, well, is that really a good part of the plan? But I think overall the plan is still going the way that Conroy planned it to go at the beginning of the year, where he kind of said he wants to kind of see what his players can do. And if he needs to add anybody, like add a center or something like that, he will do it if it's the right fit. Like if it's a guy that fits the right age range and shoots the right direction and is, you know, maybe underutilized on another team. So, yeah, it's a tough scenario, tough situation that the Calgary Flames are sitting in right now. You know, I wish they had won tonight so that I can come on here and be really happy and be really excited and, you know, tell all those Winnipeggers that, you know, they're no longer considered the top team of the league, even though they still probably would be points wise. You know, if you lose a game when you're undefeated, It's almost like that team that finally gets that win against an undefeated team gets to kind of take all their glory, like basically like it's like stealing their energy. So I kind of really was hoping for a big win tonight, a rebound from the loss against Carolina. So I was pretty bummed out when it didn't happen, but you know, there's going to be stretches like this throughout the season, guys. You know, we can't win them all. So yeah, that's basically kind of my analysis of what I saw the last couple of games. And, you know, I'm interested to see how things go moving forward. You know, hopefully they can kind of pull out of this mini little skid that they're in and get back into the win column. You know, I'm liking the play of some of our top players again, like Nazem Kadri scored a goal. And like we said, Jared Govich is back. So that's really nice to see a top scorer get back into the lineup. I think Blake Coleman and Michael Backlund have been playing really well so far this season. Oh, here's one thing I really wanted to mention. I just remembered. Connor Zary. Connor Zary, the last few games, I've noticed him pulling off some unbelievable moves, some really, you know, beautiful work, getting into the offensive zone and getting really good chances and just not being able to bury them. So I'm going to be watching his play really closely for the next little bit here, because he has a lot to prove still in this league in terms of his actual point production. But when it comes to his flash, it's off the charts, guys. Like take a look. Whenever the puck is on his stick, it feels like he can do something magical with it. It feels like he can do something really special to get into the right position and get a chance. But he's not burying the chances. So basically, I want to see if this guy is the real deal or not. You know, is he all flash and no finish? I really hope not, because the flash that I've seen from him makes him look like this guy could be a point per game type player. You know, he could start producing at a type of clip that, you know, a superstar might be producing at. But so far, you know, in actual counting stats and results, we haven't actually seen it happen. So, yeah, that's going to be really interesting to watch. That's my sort of you know, analysis, my look forward to the Calgary Flames for the next little bit here. And yeah, hopefully you guys who are watching this can subscribe and like and share this, because that's the easiest way to support Hockey Tech Hockey. Thank you guys. Have a good night.